Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are safe at your home. Stay home and stay safe. Today I am here with you to teach you the lesson, the second part of the lesson, rat trap seller. Niranjan, what is the theme of this lesson? The essential goodness of a human being can be awakened through love and understanding and love. Through this lesson, the Selma Lagerlöf has beautifully brought out the essential goodness of a human being can be awakened through love and understanding. The rat trap seller is the protagonist in the story. Then one day while he was walking through the road, an idea came to his mind. But what was that idea? The whole world is just like a rat trap. It offered riches and joys like the rat trap offered cheese and pork. The rat trap seller at last saw a grey cottage. He went there to get shelter. The old man invited him and gave him porridge and tobacco. Then he was also ready to share his confidences with him. Then in his presence, he took the 30 krona from a pouch. The next morning, they woke up together and each went away. But the rat trap seller came back to the house again and took the 30 krona. Later, he was not confident to go through the main highway. So he traveled through a thick forest. He lost his way. Then he was so tired and listen later what happened. Let's see, all of you take your literature reader. There must be people nearby. He summoned all his strength, got up and staggered in the direction of the sound. At last he was so tired. Then he heard the hammer strokes. What did he do? By using all his strength, he got up and staggered in the direction of the sound. The Ramshaw ironworks, which are now closed down, but years before it was a large plant. There, the master smith and the helper, they were sitting near the forge. All the time there were many sounds to be heard in the forge. The big bellows groaned and the burning coal cracked. The fire boy shoveled charcoal into the maw of the furnace. The boy, the helper, put charcoal into the face of the furnace with a great deal of clatter. Outside roared the waterfall and the sharp north wind whipped the rain against the brick tiled roof. It was probably on account of all this noise, and the blacksmith did not notice that a man had opened the gate and entered the forge. They were sitting near the forge. During that time, the man opened the gate and entered the forge until he stood close up to the furnace. He came near the furnace and stood there. Surely it was nothing unusual for poor vagabonds without any better shelter for the night to be attracted to the forge. The rat trap seller was a vagabond. So, without any better shelter for the night to be attracted to the forge, the man came there. And to come to warm themselves in front of the fire. The blacksmith glanced only casually and indifferently at the intruder. The blacksmith looked only casually and indifferently at the intruder. He looked the way of people of his type usually did, with a long beard, dirty, ragged, and a bunch of rat traps dangling on his chest. The blacksmith, they were not ready to invite him. That means they did not like him. Why? Because of his appearance. How was his appearance? A long beard, dirty, ragged, and with a bunch of rat traps dangling on his chest. He asked permission to stay, and the master blacksmith nodded a haughty consent without honoring him with a single word. He asked permission to stay there, and the master blacksmith nodded a haughty consent. That means he did not like him actually. Then he nodded a haughty consent without honoring him with a single word. That means he did not talk to him. The tramp did not say anything either. He had not come there to talk. The tramp did not say anything. The rat trap seller did not say anything either. He had not come there to talk but only to warm himself and sleep. In those days, the Ramshaw iron mill was owned by a very prominent iron master. The Ramshaw iron mill was owned by a very prominent iron master whose greatest ambition was to ship out good iron to the market. Then what was his ambition? To ship out good iron to the market. He watched both night and day to see that the work was done as well as possible, and at this very moment he came to the forge on one of his nightly rounds of inspection. Then frequently he came to the mill for watching what was going there. On that day he came there. Naturally, the first thing he saw was the tall ragamuffin who eased his way so close to the furnace. Then when he came there, he saw, the first thing he noticed was the tall ragamuffin. That means a person in ragged clothes. He saw the rat trap seller who had eased his way too close to the furnace. That steam rose from his veterans. That he saw the man was sitting near the furnace. The ironmaster did not follow the example of the blacksmith. The ironmaster did not follow the example of the blacksmith. That means the blacksmith, they were not ready to receive him. As far as this ironmaster is concerned, then what did he do? Listen. Who had hardly deigned to look at the stranger, he walked close up to him, looked him over very carefully. He walked very close to him and looked carefully and tore off his slouch hat to get a better view of his face, and he looked at him. But of course it's you, Nils Olof, he said. How you do look? Then he looked at his face and he said, it's you, Nils Olof. The man with the rat traps had never before seen the ironmaster. But the rat trap seller did not remember him, had never before seen the ironmaster at Ramsau and did not even know what his name was. But it occurred to him that if the fine gentleman thought he was an old acquaintance, but this case the ironmaster thought that the rat trap seller was his old acquaintance, old friend. He might perhaps throw him a couple of krona, therefore he did not want to undeceive him all at once. But this man, the rat trap seller, did not say anything. Then the ironmaster came there and looked at him, and suddenly he said, oh, you Nils Olof. But the rat trap seller did not remember him. The ironmaster thought that he was one of his old acquaintances. Yes, God knows things have gone downhill with me. Downhill here means bad. He said, you should not have resigned from the regiment, said the ironmaster. The ironmaster asked the rat trap seller, you should not have resigned from the regiment? That was the mistake. If only I had still been in the service at that time, it never would have happened. Again he said, if only I had still been in the service at the time, it never would have been happened. Well, now of course you will come home with me. And the ironmaster invited the rat trap seller to his house. To go along up to the manor house. Manor house means big house. And be received by the owner like an old regimental comrade. That however did not please the tramp. To go along up to the manor house and be received by the owner like an old regimental comrade. That however did not please the tramp. The ironmaster invited him, but the rat trap seller was not ready to go with him. No, I could not think of it, he said, looking quite alarmed. He said, I could not think of it. I am not ready to come with you. He thought of the 30 krona. Why the rat trap seller was not ready to go with him? Because he thought of the 30 krona. To go up to the manor house would be like throwing himself voluntarily into the lion's den. Then he said, to go up the big house would be like throwing himself voluntarily into the lion's den. He only wanted to chance to sleep here in the forge and then sneak away as inconspicuously as possible. Then his only intention was to sleep there at that night and run away from the place. The ironmaster assumed that he felt embarrassed because of his miserable clothing. The ironmaster thought that the tramp was not ready to go with him because of he was ashamed because of his miserable clothing. Please don't think that I have such a fine home that you cannot show yourself there, he said. Elizabeth is dead, as you may already have heard. Then please don't think that I have such a fine home that you cannot show yourself there, he said. Elizabeth is dead, as you may already have heard. My boys are abroad and there is no one at home except my oldest daughter and myself. We were just saying that it was too bad we did not have any company for Christmas. Then actually we did not have any company for Christmas. Now come along with me and help us make the Christmas food disappear a little faster. Then please come with us and help us to make the Christmas food disappear a little faster. But the stranger said no, and again no, and the ironmaster saw that he must give it. The stranger again said no and no. That means he was not ready to go with him. The ironmaster saw that he must give it. He looks as though Captain Wardstall preferred to stay with you tonight, Stans Joe. He said to the master blacksmith. It looks as though Captain Wardstall preferred to stay with you tonight. Ironmaster said, it looks as though Captain Wardstall. Ironmaster misunderstood that the rat trap seller was his old regimental comrade and he was Captain Wardstall. So he said, it looks as though Captain Wardstall preferred to stay with you tonight. Stand still, he said to the master blacksmith and turned on his heel. But he laughed to himself as he went away. Then as he went away, he laughed to himself. And the blacksmith, who knew him, understood very well that he had not said his last word. It was not more than half an hour before they heard the sound of carriage wheels outside the forge, and a new guest came in. It was not more than half an hour, a new guest came there. And they heard the sound of carriage wheels outside the forge, and a new guest came in. But this time it was not the ironmaster. He had sent his daughter, apparently hoping that he would have better powers of persuasion than he himself. There came, after half an hour, a lady came there. That means ironmaster sent his daughter to invite the rat trap seller to their house. She entered, followed by a valet, carrying on his arm a big fur coat. She entered there, followed by a valet, a helper, carrying on his arm a big fur coat. She was not at all pretty, but seemed modest and quite shy. She was, his daughter was not so pretty, but seemed modest and quite shy. In the forge, everything was just as it had been earlier in the morning. The master blacksmith and his apprentice still sat on their bench. The master blacksmith and the apprentice, they were still sat on their bench, and iron and charcoal still glowed in the furnace. The stranger had stretched himself out on the floor and lay with a piece of pig iron under his head and his hat pulled down over his eyes. The stranger, the rat trap seller, stretched himself out on the floor and lay with a piece of pig iron under his head and his hat pulled down over his eyes. As soon as the young girl caught sight of him, she went up and lifted his hat. As soon as the girl caught sight of him, the ironmaster's daughter saw him and she went up and lifted his hat. The man was evidently used to sleeping with one eye open. The man used to sleep with one eye open. He jumped up abruptly and seemed to be quite frightened. The ironmaster's daughter came there. During that time, rat trap seller was sleeping. She went near. Suddenly, he woke up. And he was quite frightened. My name is Elda Wilmanson, said the young girl. Young girl said, my name is Elda Wilmanson, said the young girl. My father came home and said that you wanted to sleep here in the forge tonight. And then I asked the permission to come and bring you home to us. My father came home and said that you wanted to sleep here in the forge tonight. My father told me that you wanted to sleep here in the forge, and then I asked the permission to come and bring you home to us. So I came here to invite you to our house. I am sorry, Captain, that you are having such a hard time. I came here to invite you to our house. She looked at him compassionately with her heavy eyes, and then she noticed that the man was really afraid. Well, Elda Wilmanson understood that the man was really afraid. Either he has stolen something or else he has escaped from jail. Then she understood that either the rat trap seller has stolen something or else he has escaped from jail. She thought and added quickly, you may be sure, Captain, and you will be allowed to leave us just as freely as you came. Then you may be sure, Captain, then you can go from our house at any time. Only please stay with us over Christmas Eve. Again he said, only please stay with us over Christmas Eve. She said this in such a friendly manner that the rat trap seller must have felt confidence in her. Then she talk to him in a friendly manner. So at last, rat trap seller agreed. It would never have occurred to me that you would bother with me yourself, miss, he said. I will come at once. At last, rat trap seller agreed that he was ready to go with her. He accepted the fur coat which the valet handed him with a deep bow, threw it over his racks and followed the young lady out to the carriage. He accepted the fur coat which the valet handed him with a deep respect, threw it over his racks and followed the young lady out to his carriage, without granting the astonished blacksmith so much as a glance, without looking at the master blacksmith. But while he was riding up to the manor house, he had evil forebodings. While he was moving towards their house, again he was thinking about the previous incident. And what was that incident? About the 30 krona. Why the devil did I take that fellow's money? He thought. Now I am sitting in the trap and will never get out of it. Why the devil did I take that fellow's money? Why I took that money? He thought. Now I am sitting in the trap and will never get out of it. Now I am already sitting in the trap and will never get out of it. The next day was Christmas Eve, and when that ironmaster came into the dining room for breakfast, he probably thought with satisfaction of his old regimental comrade whom he had run across so unexpectedly. The next day was Christmas Eve. Then the ironmaster was walking towards the dining room. He thought with satisfaction because he got the opportunity to meet his old regimental comrade, Captain von Stahl. Okay, all of you understand what we have seen today? This lesson is written by Selma Lagerlöf. She was a Swedish writer and author. The theme of the story is essential goodness of a human being can be awakened through love and friendship. Through the story, the author has beautifully portrayed the human loneliness and the need to be bond with others. The protagonist of the story is a rat trap seller. Then the business was not so profitable. One day while he was walking through the road, a sudden thought came to his mind. The whole world is like a rat trap. The world offers riches and joys like the rat trap offers cheese and pork. Then one day he went to a house. He saw a grey cottage. He went there to get shelter. The old man was alone in that house and he invited him and gave him porridge and tobacco. Then the man was so generous and he shared his confidences with him. Then in his presence, he took the 30 krona from his pouch which hung near the window frame. The next morning, they woke up together and went away. But the rat trap seller came again to that house, smashed the window pane and took the 30 krona. After taking the money, he was not confident to go through the highway. So he decided to travel through the thick forest, but he lost his way. At last, he reached the Ramso iron mill. The master smith and his helper, they were sitting near the furnace. They were concentrating on their work. During that time, the man opened the gate. The rat trap seller opened the gate and entered and stood near the furnace. The owner of the iron mill was the prominent iron master. Frequently, he visited there to check what was going there. During that day also, he came there and saw the rat trap seller and misunderstood that he was his old regimental comrade von Stahl. He invited him several times to his house, but the man was not ready to go with him. Then again, he went away. Later, the ironmaster sent his daughter Elda Wilmanson to invite him to their house. The lady came and offered him a fur coat. At first, the man was not ready to go with her. Later, he agreed and went with her. While he was going, he was thinking about the previous incident. He took the money from that old man. The next day, he reached their house. The next day, the ironmaster, while he was walking to his dining room, he was thinking with satisfaction. he got the chance to meet his old regimental comrade. Here ends today's portion. All of you read the story. I will send you the notes through Google Classroom. Thank you all.